Hello Gemini and welcome to Soul Sundays. Firstly, thank you to all the legends that have stayed subscribed to this channel whilst I took a little bit of a hiatus. There's been a lot of change going on in my life. I can't wait to update you guys all about it. There will be a video coming on later in the week. For now, I just wanted to get back in the swing of things, do a very quick update, Soul Sundays update, check in on what's coming in for you, the energies, the vibes. One card for mind, one for body, one for soul. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages, guides by higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Gemini. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Beautiful energy, Gemini. Straight off the bat, two major arcanas. You've got the Empress coupled with the Moon. It doesn't surprise me. We have a new moon at the end of this week in the sign of Libra. So sister sign to you, air sign to you. You're going to feel this energy. It's going to be like a sort of a weight lifted off your shoulder. If you feel like for the past 5 months it's been a little bit of stagnant energy, Saturn's been retrograde, that would be why, particularly in your career. So it could be that you felt like you've been trying to get ahead or making progress, but things haven't been moving as quickly as you would have liked. Well, that's all about to shift, particularly under this new moon in Libra. For those in the northern hemisphere, it's on the 28th. For those in the southern, it's on the 29th. And for those in the eastern, 29th at 4:26 a.m. Sobriety is your health message for this week. So if you're drinking too much, consuming too much of unhealthy substances, it doesn't need to be alcohol. It could be too much food. Whatever it is for you, you know what it is. You know what your vice is. There's a very clear message here to help curb those cravings. One card, please, for the soul message for the week ahead. Gemini, please forgive me. I'm still recovering from pneumonia, so I sound sick. I'm well, I assure you, but it's just lingering on. Okay, Fortitude. Deep card, Gemini. All right, let's get stuck into it. So, straight up, let me just adjust that so you can actually see. You are coming in with the Empress, major arcana, coupled with the Moon. So the Empress speaks about Taurus energy, and the Moon represents the sign of Pisces for me. Now, the Empress is often known as the mother, and that's how it's depicted in this book. She's often seen in traditional tarot as someone who's pregnant and giving birth. Now, remember, this is not a tarot reading. This is about energy, soul. This is about your mindset for the week ahead. And it speaks about intuition. It's a card that's usually seen in business about abundance and wealth. Like if you're about to create something, it is very much a fertile card, feminine card. I see it as a card of influence. Talks about progression, right? About being creative, about making a step forward. It's very much feminine energy, as you can see from the butterflies and everything depicted on the card. But it's all about knowing how much you're loved so you can nurture the inner you, right? Sometimes I think we forget to just stop and give ourselves that kind of mental pat on the back, especially when we're working so hard at things that feel like we're getting nowhere. Back to that energy I was saying for the last 5 months of Saturn, like you could have been working really, really hard in your career and just feeling like a stalemate. Not that you're doing anything wrong, not that you're going backwards, but just that you're not going forwards. And sometimes it's important to just take a step back and remind yourself that there's a bigger picture at play and you are loved, right? And that's important so that you can nurture where you're currently standing. It's a card of self-care, right? Without sounding too wanky. It's a card of just giving yourself that time to go, you know what? You're doing a great job. You're keeping it together. Look at what you've achieved in the last 12 months. And maybe sometimes it's just about doing that, taking a breather so you can look at what you've achieved. What's interesting is it's coupled with the Moon. So the Moon is often seen as a card of illusions, trickery, kind of hidden enemies, caution, proceed with caution kind of things. And Gemini, one of the beautiful things about your sign is how intelligent you are, but also how much you struggle with your own thought. Being stuck in your head and going between these two polarizing energies, right? One's it's very feminine, nurturing, loving, and the next one it's quite like, who's out to get me? Who could I trust? Kind of energy. The Moon takes you to kind of look at your deep psyche and have a look at where that kind of energy is coming from. It's like, really, do you really believe that? Or do you want to come back to the place of love? It's a perfect love versus fear for you this week, Gemini. Which are you going to choose? Personally, I'll go for this card. I would get out of the shadows of illusion, right? And so the moon talks about things that aren't as they appear to be. The whole picture cannot be seen, that kind of thing. For you, I feel like it's really a choice for you this week, which is ironic for you being known as the twins. But it's a choice for you which way you're going to go. Are you going to choose to have the mental state of love? Everything's working out for me. Everything's going in the right order, in divine right order, divine right time. Or are you going to choose a place of fear? Nothing's working out for me. I hate my job. I don't have a partner. Rah, rah, rah. You see the difference in the energy, right? You have a choice, Gemini. What's interesting is the card that came out with it is the card of sobriety. Now, I said before when I pulled this out, it doesn't necessarily always mean just alcohol and avoiding alcohol, right? It can talk to any kind of unhealthful substance, whether that be illicit drugs, whether that be prescription drugs. It may be the case for you that you're addicted to bread. I don't know, whatever your thing is. But it's saying that, it's time to actually put a focus this week on trying to cut out whatever that vice is for you, okay? Key meanings for this card are that you're sensitive to chemicals, try and reduce them. Try and avoid chemically treated foods, so anything that's got GMO, that kind of thing, you're getting my picture. Organic foods, choose that if you can. It's all going to help you heal. It's going to help with your mindset too. What you feed your body has an effect on your mental health and your mental state. There's so much science around that, it's not even funny. So if you have a soda addiction or for what we call it down here, like a soft drink addiction, then maybe that might be something you need to cut back. They just kept showing me a Coke bottle, so I don't know who that's for. Okay, Fortitude as your soul message. Look at how deep this card is. We've just gone through the equinox. We've shifted in the southern hemisphere out of winter into spring, and we're going from spring into fall in the northern. This card's deep, right? You can see it on the card. It's got a lot of energy to it. And you can see she's kind of holding a lock and key with a heart on it. And it's kind of speaking about your shadow self and your light, the two cards that we had here. Again, that love versus fear thing. I'm going to read it to you. Let me just find it for you in the book. Try to see name-calling, roadblocks or challenges as insignificant annoyances. You can see this through. Strong foundations, core values and lofty ideals will outlast, outsmart and outclass a detractor. It will take less energy to stand firm now than it will to back down. Steady your focus on the bigger picture. Be stoic. You can get through this. So from a spiritual point of view, it's like understanding, and I'll read this to you verbatim because it's what I was saying to you before about love versus fear, and you won't even believe this, right? You can't make this shit up. That you are dearly loved is an eternal truth. Hey? For in the grand cosmic scheme of things, love is the only thing that never changes. When all around you changes, as it most surely will, love will always be there. The fact that you are dearly loved will never change, for to love is love's will. Right? So it's back to that thing of going, you have a choice, Gemini. Which energy are you going to choose? Love or fear? I wish you guys a great week ahead. Take care.